What if I told you that the simple penny in your pocket could secretly be worth hundreds, even thousands of dollars? The Lincoln 1-cent coins from 1977, 1981, 1988, and 1989 might look ordinary, but certain rare errors and unique mint conditions have turned some of these into treasures collectors are hunting for. Imagine finding a coin you thought was only worth a cent, only to discover it could change your entire day, or even your life. These years carry hidden secrets in their metal, and with just the right details, your penny could be the golden ticket hiding in plain sight. So before you spend that old change, take a closer look. You might be holding history worth far more than its face value. If you want more hidden coin secrets and money-making finds, don't forget to subscribe to my channel, like this video, share it with friends, and show some support. I'll keep bringing you the hidden gems that others overlook, and maybe the next rare treasure could be sitting right in your pocket right now. Imagine holding a simple penny in your hand, a coin so small that most people wouldn't even bend down to pick it up from the street. Now imagine that same coin being worth thousands, even millions of dollars. Sounds unbelievable, right? But the truth is, rare errors, unique variations, and historical significance can turn an ordinary Lincoln cent into a treasure worth a fortune. Today, we are diving deep into the world of the 1977 Lincoln penny, a coin that may look like pocket change, but in certain cases has shocked collectors with its hidden value. Before we begin, don't forget to subscribe, like, and share this video because what you learn here could literally change the way you look at every single penny in your pocket. The 1977 Lincoln cent belongs to a fascinating chapter of U.S. coinage history. Struck at 3 major locations, Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco, this coin has intrigued collectors for decades. In general, the Philadelphia mint coins carry no mint mark. Denver coins have the D mint mark, and San Francisco coins were issued as proofs with the iconic S mark. At first glance, a 1977 penny looks just like any other from the Lincoln Memorial series. But when it comes to value, the details matter more than you might think. Most people see just copper and a face, but collectors see potential rarity, and potential rarity means serious money. By 1977, the Lincoln Memorial design had already been in circulation for almost 2 decades since its debut in 1959. Victor David Brenner's portrait of Abraham Lincoln remained untouched on the obverse, while Frank Gasparo's design of the Lincoln Memorial decorated the reverse. Yet despite the millions of coins produced, not all were created equally. Minting errors, die varieties, and special proof strikes turned certain 1977 pennies into collectors' dreams. These are the coins that can fetch thousands of dollars in auctions, sometimes even breaking into 6 figures. And yes, in extremely rare cases, collectors speculate that a perfect storm of rarity, demand, and condition could push the value even higher, into that million-dollar coin territory. One of the reasons the 1977 penny continues to attract attention is its transitional history. While the 1977 issue itself was struck entirely in 95% copper and 5% zinc, it came just a few years before one of the biggest changes in U.S. coinage, the switch to copper-plated zinc in 1982. This makes the 1977 copper penny one of the last solid copper issues, which adds another layer of historical importance. Collectors often seek out coins from this era, especially in pristine condition, because they represent the end of an age. A simple pocket change coin suddenly becomes a piece of American history, and that's exactly what pushes its value into higher ranges when demand spikes. But what really separates an ordinary 1977 penny from one worth thousands is condition and errors. Regular circulated pennies from 1977 are generally worth only their face value, maybe a few cents to collectors if lightly worn. However, when you step into the realm of uncirculated coins, particularly those graded MS-65 and higher, the value begins to climb. In pristine mint state, some 1977 pennies can sell for $50, $100, or even more. That might not sound like much until you realize that's 10,000 times the face value of the coin, and the ceiling is much higher for coins with recognized errors. Let's talk about errors because this is where things get truly exciting. Error coins are minting mistakes that slipped past quality control and entered circulation. Collectors go wild for them because they're unique, often one-of-a-kind pieces of history. In 1977, Several types of errors occurred that turned ordinary pennies into gold mines. Double-die obverse errors, where Lincoln's face, the lettering, or the date appear doubled, are highly sought after. Off-center strikes, where part of the design is missing because the coin wasn't aligned properly during minting, also bring in strong prices. Even clipped planchets, where a piece of the coin's edge is missing, can attract hundreds of dollars from dedicated collectors. And if you're lucky enough to find a dramatic error in perfect condition, the price can skyrocket. Some auction sales of rare 1970s error pennies have crossed the $10,000 mark, and experts believe if the right coin surfaced, it could easily reach much higher. The San Francisco proof issues of 1977 are another highlight for collectors. Proof coins aren't meant for circulation. They are specially struck with polished dies and blanks to create sharp, mirror-like surfaces and frosted details. The 1977 proof penny is relatively common among proof collectors, but in flawless grades, it can still command impressive sums. A deep cameo. 1977 penny graded PR70 by a top grading service has been known to sell for thousands of dollars. These coins are stunning examples of craftsmanship and remain a centerpiece for anyone building a proof set collection. To truly understand the market for the 1977 penny, you have to look at what auction houses and collectors are actually paying. In recent years, record-breaking sales have made headlines, with some high-grade 1977 pennies reaching close to $7,000 at auction. The combination of high demand, top condition, and a touch of rarity made those coins incredibly desirable. And as with all collectibles, values only rise when demand grows. With new generations of collectors entering the market and the popularity of coin hunting videos and social media posts, interest in coins like the 1977 penny has exploded. Every year, stories circulate of someone discovering an overlooked penny in a jar that turns out to be worth hundreds or even thousands, sparking new waves of excitement. Another fascinating detail about the 1977 penny is how many people overlook them completely. Most of us carry pennies in our wallets, toss them into jars, or leave them in drawers without a second thought. Yet within those piles of change could be a coin that changes everything. This is why collectors constantly emphasize the importance of checking your change. A tiny date, a small mint mark, or a nearly invisible doubling could be the difference between 1 cent and $1 million. And that's not an exaggeration. History has shown that certain pennies, like the 1943 copper cent and the 1955 doubled die, have crossed the $1 million mark. Who's to say the right 1977 error penny won't be the next to do the same? Think about the thrill of the hunt. You could be sitting on the couch, sifting through your change, and suddenly you see something odd about a penny's date or design. Your heart races. You pull out a magnifying glass or take a closer look under better light. What seemed like an ordinary coin could turn out to be an undiscovered treasure. That's the magic of coin collecting. It turns something as ordinary as a penny into a mystery, an adventure, and sometimes a life-changing jackpot. So the next time you come across a 1977 Lincoln penny, don't just dismiss it as loose change. Look at it carefully. Check the date, the mint mark, and every detail of Lincoln's face and the memorial on the back. Is there doubling? Is the strike off-center? Does the surface shine like it's brand new? Every little detail matters. A sharp eye and a little patience could be the difference between finding a coin worth a cent and uncovering one worth a car, a house, or even more. Collectors love to remind us that rarity often hides in plain sight. The coins that seem worthless today may be priceless tomorrow. The 1977 Lincoln penny is proof of that. While millions were minted, only a select few carry the traits that elevate them to legendary status. And if you're lucky enough to find one, you might just be holding a fortune in the palm of your hand. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this journey into the world of rare coins and the secrets of the 1977 Lincoln penny, make sure to hit that subscribe button, like this video, and share it with others who might have treasure hiding in their pocket change. Who knows, you or someone you know could be the next person to discover a $1 million coin. Keep your eyes open because history and fortune are often found in the smallest places, even in a penny. Imagine holding in your hand a coin so ordinary, yet so powerful, that it could change your life forever. A simple 1-cent coin, struck in 1981 with the face of Abraham Lincoln, that at first glance looks like any other penny resting at the bottom of your pocket or lying unnoticed in a drawer. But here's the shocking truth. This seemingly worthless coin, if it carries the right errors, mint marks, or rare details, could be worth thousands, even millions of dollars to the right collector. That is the magic of the Lincoln 1981 penny, a treasure hiding in plain sight, waiting to be discovered by those who dare to look closely. The 1981 Lincoln cent holds a very special place in American coinage history. It was one of the last years the U.S. Mint struck pennies primarily out of copper. For decades, the penny had been made of 95% copper and 5% zinc, giving it not only a distinct reddish tone but also a higher intrinsic metal value compared to today's zinc-based coins. By 1982, the U.S. Mint shifted to copper-plated zinc coins, making 1981 among the final chapters of the classic copper era. This makes 1981 pennies instantly more appealing to collectors, not just for their design but also for their historical value. Now, when we talk about the Lincoln 1981 penny, we are not just talking about one type of coin. There are several varieties that came out of the mint that year, and these small differences can mean the difference between 1 cent and thousands of dollars. The two main versions are the 1981 penny with a small date and the 1981 penny with a large date. These varieties were produced both in Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco, each mint giving the coin its own characteristics. The small date variety is generally harder to find, making it far more desirable to collectors. If you happen to find one in pristine, uncirculated condition, the value could skyrocket. The proof coins from 1981 add even more intrigue. Proof coins are specially struck with extra care, creating mirror-like surfaces and sharp details. In 1981, the U.S. Mint struck proof pennies in San Francisco with the S mint mark. These proof pennies came in two types, Type 1, with a filled S mint mark, and Type 2, with a clearer, more defined S. The Type 2 proof coins are incredibly rare and command high prices at auctions, with some selling for hundreds or even thousands of dollars depending on condition. This makes them one of the most sought-after treasures of the 1981 penny series. But the real excitement comes with errors. Those lucky mistakes that happen during the minting process. A 1981 Lincoln penny with a double die error where the date or letters appear doubled can fetch massive amounts of money. Off-center strikes, clipped planchets, or pennies struck on the wrong metal can also be worth a fortune. Imagine finding a 1981 penny that was struck on a dime planchet or missing parts of its design. These coins, while mistakes, are treated like rare jewels by collectors and can be valued in the thousands. This is where the dream of $1 million penny becomes real, because history has shown us that rare error coins can achieve incredible auction prices. The condition of a coin also plays a critical role in its value. Collectors use a grading system to measure how well a coin has been preserved over time. A 1981 penny in circulated condition might only be worth a few cents or perhaps $1 to a casual buyer. But a 1981 penny graded mint state 67 or higher, especially with red luster and no blemishes, can easily fetch hundreds of dollars. The combination of rarity, condition, and demand all come together to transform a humble penny into a collector's dream. Think about it. Millions of these coins were minted, yet only a tiny fraction remain in near-perfect condition. Time, circulation, and neglect have worn down most of them. That's why searching through your change, old piggy banks, or family coin jars could reveal something extraordinary. The story of the 1981 penny is not just about copper and design. It's about hidden potential, the chance that ordinary people could stumble across a coin that changes everything. The Lincoln penny itself carries deep symbolism. Abraham Lincoln was first placed on the 1-cent coin in 1909 to mark the centennial of his birth. He was the first real person ever depicted on a U.S. coin, a choice that honored his legacy as the president who preserved the Union. The 1981 penny continues that tradition, featuring his bust designed by Victor David Brenner. On the reverse, it shows the Lincoln Memorial, a reminder of his enduring impact on American history. Even in its smallest form, the penny tells a story of struggle, perseverance, and greatness. As collectors dive deeper into coins, they realize that it's not just about money. It's about history, frozen in metal. The 1981 penny is a piece of American life from over 4 decades ago. Every scratch, every shine, every preserved detail carries with it the journey of time. It connects generations, from the era of copper coins to the modern zinc pennies we use today. And because of this connection, collectors are willing to pay astonishing amounts to own the best examples. So when you hold a 1981 Lincoln penny in your hand, don't dismiss it as just pocket change. Look closer. Check the date style, small or large. Check the mint mark, Philadelphia with no mark, Denver with a D, or San Francisco with an S. Look for doubling in the numbers or letters. Look for unusual shapes or strikes, because that small copper coin might just be the key to unlocking hidden wealth. People have found rare pennies in circulation before, and you could too. The dream of turning 1 cent into 1 million is not just fantasy. History has proven that rare coins, especially those tied to transitional periods like 1981, can shatter records at auction. Collectors are out there, waiting, searching, and paying enormous sums for coins that tell the right story. And the 1981 Lincoln penny is one of those coins that continues to capture the imagination of people around the world. So next time you see a penny, don't just pass it by. Remember this. Sometimes the smallest treasures hold the biggest rewards. That 1981 Lincoln cent could be more than just a coin. It could be your ticket to history, your ticket to wealth, your ticket to discovering something truly extraordinary hiding in plain sight. Imagine holding in your hand a coin that looks so ordinary, so common, that you might toss it into a jar without a second thought. But what if I told you that one simple 1988 Lincoln penny could secretly be worth thousands, even millions of dollars? That little copper-colored coin resting in your pocket change might not just be spare money. It could be your golden ticket to fortune. Collectors all over the world are hunting for these coins, and the mystery of the 1988 Lincoln cent continues to shake the coin-collecting community with its hidden secrets. So don't blink, because the next penny you ignore could change your life forever. The 1988 Lincoln cent is a fascinating piece of American history, struck during a time when pennies were transitioning and designs were subtly shifting. To most people, a penny is just a penny, worth 1 cent. But coin collectors know that the smallest details can transform something common into a treasure. In 1988, the United States Mint produced over 11 billion pennies across Philadelphia and Denver. With such a huge mintage, it's easy to believe that none of them could be rare or valuable. Yet hidden among those billions are unique varieties and errors that make certain 1988 pennies worth small fortunes. The most famous and sought-after variety is the 1988 Lincoln cent with the reverse of 1989. What does that mean? Well, in 1988, the Lincoln cent still carried the memorial reverse design introduced in 1959. However, in 1989, the Mint slightly modified the reverse design, updating the lettering, spacing, and other small details. Somehow, a small batch of 1988 pennies was accidentally struck using the brand new 1989 reverse die. This mistake created one of the most thrilling modern Lincoln cent discoveries. Collectors immediately jumped on it, calling it the transitional reverse variety. And since then, it has become a holy grail for penny hunters. What makes the reverse of 1989 stand out are tiny design differences that most people would miss at first glance. For example, if you look at the initials FG on the reverse of a 1988 penny, which stand for designer Frank Gasparo, you'll notice the style is different. On the normal 1988 reverse, the letters look delicate and thinner, but on the 1989 reverse, which accidentally got used on some 1988 coins, the initials are bolder and closer to the Lincoln Memorial. This small shift tells the entire story. A tiny detail in lettering, overlooked by most, is what makes the difference between a penny worth 1 cent and a penny worth thousands of dollars. But the surprises don't stop there. Some 1988 pennies are also known to carry minting errors that drive collectors wild. Off-center strikes, double dies, die cracks, and repunched mint marks are just a few examples of errors that can dramatically increase value. An off-center strike, where part of the design is missing or shifted, can turn an ordinary coin into a collector's item worth hundreds. A strong double die where the design looks doubled can fetch even more. These aren't just mistakes. They're opportunities for ordinary people to stumble upon life-changing finds in the most unexpected places. The 1988 D penny, struck in Denver, is especially known for being valuable when it carries the transitional reverse of 1989. High-grade examples of this variety, especially those certified by grading companies like PCGS or NGC, have sold for thousands of dollars at auction. Imagine discovering one of these coins in your old change jar, tucked away for years. Collectors spend hours studying, searching, and inspecting every detail of these coins because they know the payoff could be enormous. It's not just about the money, though. The Lincoln cent is one of the most beloved coins in American history. First introduced in 1909 to honor the 100th birthday of Abraham Lincoln, it has carried his portrait for over a century. The 1988 penny represents a time when the mint was moving forward with subtle changes, keeping tradition alive while preparing for the future. That's why transitional errors like the 1988 with the reverse of 1989 are so significant. They capture the very moment when history shifted. They're more than just mistakes. They're pieces of the mint's story frozen in metal. Even a regular 1988 penny, if found in pristine condition, can be worth more than face value. Uncirculated examples graded MS67 or higher are prized by collectors. While most circulated 1988 cents are only worth a penny, the rare gems that have survived in mint state condition can bring in $50, $100, or more, depending on the market. That's why coin collectors emphasize condition and rarity. It's a game of patience and attention to detail, and the rewards are incredible for those who know what to look for. The hunt for valuable 1988 pennies has inspired countless treasure hunts in change jars, piggy banks, and even old drawers. People around the world are realizing that everyday coins can carry hidden value. Stories circulate about lucky individuals who discovered a rare transitional penny worth thousands, all because they took the time to look closely. For many, coin collecting starts as a hobby but quickly turns into a passion fueled by discoveries like this. If you're holding a 1988 penny right now, take a close look. Examine the reverse carefully. Look for those bold FG initials and the design features of the 1989 reverse. If you think you found one, compare it with a regular penny from the same year. The differences may be small, but they make all the difference in the world. And if you happen to own one of these transitional varieties, you're holding a true treasure that could be worth far more than you ever imagined. Think about it. How many times have we all ignored pennies, leaving them in parking lots, tossing them into fountains, or forgetting them in drawers? Yet in 1988, the mint unknowingly produced a handful of coins that would become legends in the numismatic world. Today, they're symbols of how fortune hides in plain sight. What most people see as worthless can actually hold immense value if you know where to look. So the next time you come across a 1988 penny, remember this story. Don't dismiss it as just pocket change. Take the time to study it. Look at the details, the tiny initials, the placement of the design. That 1 cent could be the key to unlocking wealth. Ordinary people just like you have found extraordinary coins hiding in their collections, and there's no reason you couldn't be the next. This is more than just a coin. It's a reminder that history, mistakes, and opportunities can come together to create something extraordinary. And all it takes is a sharp eye, a little knowledge, and a penny most would throw away. Somewhere out there, maybe even in your home right now, a 1988 Lincoln cent is waiting to reveal its secret value. The question is, will you be the one to find it? Imagine holding a single penny in your hand, a coin that millions of people once ignored, tossed into jars or left forgotten in pockets. But what if I told you that a 1989 Lincoln 1 cent coin could be worth not just a few cents, but thousands, and in rare cases, even millions of dollars? This isn't just pocket change. It's a hidden treasure waiting to be discovered, and someone out there right now might be sitting on a fortune without even realizing it. That is the mystery and magic of the Lincoln 1989 penny, a simple copper-plated coin with a story far more valuable than its face value. The Lincoln penny has always been an iconic part of American coinage, but the 1989 issue carries unique secrets that collectors are constantly chasing. At first glance, the coin doesn't look like anything unusual. It has the familiar portrait of Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, facing right, with the word Liberty to the left, the year 1989 to the right, and the motto, In God We Trust, above. On the reverse, the coin displays the Lincoln Memorial, a design used from 1959 until 2008, along with the inscriptions United States of America, E Pluribus Unum, and 1 cent. To the casual observer, it's just another penny. But to a seasoned collector, the details of the 1989 penny hold the potential for enormous value. In 1989, the U.S. Mint struck billions of pennies across Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. Most of these coins are common and circulate without any premium value. But within this vast production, a tiny fraction contained striking errors and variations that transformed them into treasures worth hundreds of thousands or more. The reason behind this lies in the precision of minting. Any small mistake, whether a double die error, off-center strike, or wrong metal composition, can change the fate of an ordinary coin into a highly prized collectible. One of the most sought-after errors in the 1989 Lincoln cent is the double die variety. With this error, the design elements appear to have a shadow or doubling effect, often visible in the date, the word Liberty, or the motto, In God We Trust. These doubling errors are not only rare but extremely desirable among collectors because they prove that something went wrong during the minting process. If you were to come across a 1989 double die penny, it could fetch thousands of dollars at auction depending on the sharpness of the error and the condition of the coin. Some documented examples have even reached 5 figures. Another category of rare 1989 pennies includes off-metal strikes. While pennies were primarily made of copper-plated zinc during that time, errors occasionally caused them to be struck on planchets intended for other coins, like dimes or foreign coinage. Imagine a penny struck on a dime's blank, slightly smaller, lighter, and totally unique. Such minting mishaps are exceedingly rare, and when they appear, collectors are willing to pay incredible amounts for them. These are the types of coins that can leap from 1 cent to thousands or even hundreds of thousands in value. The mint mark also plays a role in determining rarity and value. For 1989 pennies, Philadelphia coins lack a mint mark, Denver coins bear a D, and San Francisco coins carry an S. Proof coins from San Francisco are particularly desirable, especially in pristine condition. A 1989 S proof, Lincoln penny with deep cameo contrast, perfectly preserved without scratches or blemishes, can sell for hundreds of dollars. While this may not reach the millions, it illustrates how condition and origin can significantly raise the coin's value. Condition is, in fact, one of the most crucial factors in coin collecting. A 1989 penny pulled from circulation might be worth only face value or a few cents to a collector. But a 1989 penny, graded mint state 67 or higher by a professional grading service, can be worth thousands. The higher the grade, the rarer it becomes, because very few coins survive decades without scratches, wear, or tarnish. Collectors are willing to pay a premium for coins that look as though they just left the mint, even if they are over 3 decades old. Stories of incredible auction sales fuel the fascination with the 1989 Lincoln cent. Some error pennies from this year have crossed the auction block for astonishing amounts. A coin that might have been pocket change for one person became life-changing money for another. These stories inspire everyday people to check their change jars, old piggy banks, and coin collections. The possibility that a forgotten 1989 penny could be worth tens of thousands, or in unique, one-of-a-kind cases, even millions, keeps the treasure hunt alive. It's important to remember that most 1989 pennies are common and worth only a cent. But that's what makes the hunt so thrilling. The rarity lies hidden among the ordinary like a diamond in the rough. Collectors and enthusiasts know that value is not about quantity, but about uniqueness. A coin with a minting error, pristine condition, or unusual history can break records. And it's those rare outliers that become legends in the coin collecting world. Even beyond financial value, the Lincoln penny holds symbolic worth. It represents a connection to history, to the legacy of Abraham Lincoln, and to the story of American coinage. Every coin is a miniature time capsule, carrying the year of its creation and the events of that era. The 1989 penny, struck at the end of a decade full of change and transition, serves as a reminder of both continuity and hidden surprises. So, the next time you find yourself holding a 1989 Lincoln penny, don't dismiss it as just another coin. Look closer, examine the details. Search for doubling, misstrikes, unusual colors, or anything out of place. Because you might not just be holding a cent. You could be holding a small fortune. People have turned single coins into life-changing sums simply by paying attention to what others overlooked. The thrill of coin collecting lies not only in the pursuit of wealth, but also in the excitement of discovery. A 1989 Lincoln penny could be your gateway into a world where history, rarity, and value collide. Millions of these coins exist, but only a handful hold secrets worth fortunes. Will you be the one to uncover them? Check your pockets, your jars, and your old collections. That overlooked 1989 penny might just turn into a story worth telling, a treasure worth keeping, and maybe even a coin worth millions. The world of coins is full of surprises, and sometimes the smallest coin can carry the biggest value.